guys, Rich back here again. I'm here with another video, and I'm here to discuss the latest news. You haven't been keeping up with the news lately, so things might change by the time you watch it. I don't know. This might get uploaded next week. I'm not positive when this video is gonna get uploaded, but basically here to discuss my thoughts, my honest thoughts on the Crow remake possibly being dead. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this, of course, months ago it was announced that there would be a Crow remake, but unfortunately, just recently, the actor who was gonna play the Crow, Jason Momoa, decides that he is leaving. The movie not only lost its main star, but it lost its director, apparently, from what I've been reading. From what I read a couple more articles regarding this over the past couple of days, and it turns out this movie has been stuck in development longer than I thought. That apparently it's been more like about a decade now that it's been in development, and that's crazy. Like, that's really shocking to me, to be quite honest with you. Even though I wasn't really looking that forward to it, I still had a feeling that this had potential to be maybe great at least. And the fact that now it's being canceled, it's just or possibly being canceled, it's just, I don't know. And then I see people saying that this could probably be a curse because the simple fact that this has been stuck in development for a long time. So I think that it's a sign that you shouldn't remake this at all, because this movie, the original Crow film, is a classic, and I think it deserves to stand on its own. Like, the fact that it's been stuck in development for almost a decade, and the fact that people are saying it's cursed, I think that's just a sign that no, don't remake this classic film. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were happy when they heard about this, because I know I have a lot of subscribers that are and people in general that, you know, they don't like remakes or reboots. I mean, that's been proven. I think I even read that some people took issue with his height, that he was too much of a big guy. Because if you look at the Crow, he's obviously not a big guy. He's like more of a, I wouldn't say short, but I mean, he's I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. But Momoa is a pretty big dude, so I kind of get why people kind of took issue with that. I mean, it's kind of like Wolverine, kind of, you know, how he's short in the comics, but in the movie, Hugh Jackman, again, he's a big guy. So it's a shame, I think, you know, because I love the Crow, and I saw the original movie, and it does remain a classic, and I even have this. You know, I bought this in 2016 just because I love the character, so I ended up buying this as well. One reason why I was somewhat looking forward to this is because while the first film is great, the sequels were just trash. Like, I don't want to touch on them too much. Basically, the sequel was retarded. The third one I actually thought was alright, but still. And the fourth one was also just bad. From the info that I got too, that this was gonna take place in, like, the movie was gonna take place in Detroit. And that sounded interesting, you know, that sounded like it could have been a recipe for success, but unfortunately nothing came of it, you know. It says right there that, yeah, they're leaving and all, but I don't know if the movie's officially canceled. Even though the main star and the director left, there's no confirmation of, like, if the movie's actually canceled or what. I have no idea. You can read it for yourself, you know. I'm not gonna go through the entire article. You know, you could read why he left, why they left. I mean, but to sum it all up, I think it was due to, like, creative differences or something like that. I'm not entirely positive, but it's no surprise that some people were just not happy with this. I mean, you know, I remember one of my subscribers was talking about how, you know, I asked him, like, how do you feel about the Crow remake, and he even said that he wasn't looking forward to it. He said that, you know, that, like, why would you take a great film in The Crow and just remake it? You know, he was saying that, and it's true, that movie defined Brandon Lee's career. And that too is a tragedy what happened to him, you know, that's something that will never be forgotten. But the point is, that did define his career. I mean, if it wasn't for that, God knows, you know, if people would have recognized, well, not recognized, but I guess, like, yeah, I guess recognized him. But, like, in general, like, I'm just so sick of Hollywood, like, maybe not Hollywood, but, like, a lot of directors and whatnot, like, they always remake these films just because they feel like they can. Like, some of them could be successful, like, of course, last year's It, and 2013's Evil Dead, hell, even the Karate Kid remake I liked. Even I enjoy some remakes, and I've admitted this too. Some of them are better than the original. Like, again, the 2017's It I thought was a lot better than 1990's version. Not to say I hated that version, I thought it was good too, but this one was just way better. Guys, sometimes the original isn't always the best, but some people will just never accept that fact, unfortunately. And now I hear that they're gonna remake Scarface. It's like, what? Why would you remake a cult classic like Scarface? Like, there are some movies that do not deserve to be touched. I mean, it's like very rare that a remake will be, or a reboot will be successful. It's like almost rare now. And it's even more rare if it's better than the original. But by the time you're watching this, there might be some other info, I don't know, but... And I definitely understand why people were not looking forward to this. I think people had mixed reactions with this, and I could definitely understand why, because again, the first Crow movie is like one of the best, you know, without a doubt, one of the best comic book films ever. You know, and that was during the time period too where you had Batman and Superman. You know, it was all about, you know, at the time, at least for DC, it was all about Batman and Superman. But Marvel clearly wasn't really doing that good for themselves back in the 90s. The Crow was also able to stand out, you know, and it really did. You know, the Crow definitely was a standout character for Marvel and DC at the time. We'll see what happens though, like again, as we get more information about this. Oh, and by the way, this was scheduled to come out in October of next year. So at this point, I have no idea what's gonna happen with this movie, but we'll have to wait and see what goes down. If there's any more info, I might touch on it. I'm not positive, but part of me was like, all right, cool, we're gonna get a new a Crow film. But then the other part of me was like, I don't know about this. So pretty much it, guys. I mean, you could let me know your thoughts down below about this. Do you guys think that it's officially canceled or dead, or do you think it's still gonna happen? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below and all that good stuff. All right, so we'll see what else I have planned up for the next couple of days. Depending on watching this video, there might be some other information about this. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So again, thoughts down below and all that glitter stuff. Be sure to click that notification, baby. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Until then, REKLEZ Rich. Signing out.